Hi everyone. Let's see if I can do this. When I say do this, so I got this new stand. One of my friends slash customers watched one of my lives last week and watched me like finagle my phone and drop it while I was trying to do a live, and I always have to stack stuff to get this, nice little stand going. So he bought me a stand. Wasn't that nice of him? Thank you, Josh. So now I have a stand to hold my phone when I do lives, which is kind of exciting. I just have to, figure out how to make it work the correct way, which is always a challenge. But and I have to figure out where my camera is, so I don't look. I should flip my phone. It's on the other side, so I'm always looking the wrong direction. Anyways, the reason I wanted to come live today was because I've had a lot of people asking questions as far as how am I doing. I'm moving this just a little bit so that maybe I'm looking in the right spot. How I'm doing, what's going on with my cancer, an update. So, I finished my first round of chemo, which was called AC. There's a bigger name for it, but the abbreviation is AC. If anybody has ever had to do chemo and has taken AC, oh my God, it is the worst crap, but the best crap you can put into your body, if that makes sense. So I finished 8 weeks of that, 4 doses of it. You can only have it every other week. So I did that. I finished that the week before Christmas. So I got a week off. And then this last week, the day after New Year's, I started my next round of different type of chemo. It's called Taxol, and that'll go for 12 weeks back to back. So I will have chemo every week, every Wednesday. I wanted to go live because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions around like cancer and illnesses just in general. So I've had a lot of people message me like, you shouldn't be working, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, you should be resting. Unfortunately, when we have illnesses, you don't get the opportunity to not go to work. I am blessed that I do what I do, and I get to take the time when I need it, and I get to work it around my schedule, and I don't have to call in sick. But there are so many people that have an illness and they have to call in to their 9 to 5. I don't have a 9 to 5. I am blessed that I was blessed with this opportunity 2.5 years ago, that I get to work it around my lifestyle and my schedule and my kids' schedules and my appointment schedules and all of that. If I'm having a bad day, I'll be honest with you, I don't answer my phone. I don't answer my messages. But there's a lot of people out there that don't have that opportunity. So when you say I should be resting, I'm resting when I need to. I'm advocating for myself. I have had to learn within the first 6 weeks of this journey that I have to advocate for myself, because if I don't, nobody knows how I feel. Now let's talk about some realities of this. You lose your hair with certain types of chemo everywhere in your body. And when I mean you lose your hair everywhere in your body, like I don't have nose hairs anymore, so I constantly have a runny nose. The doctor was picking on me today because I told him, my oncologist, I told him me and my husband should take out stock and Kleenexes, because I have a box of Kleenexes in my car. I have it in every room in my house.
Mama.
Yes, Madison. I have Kleenexes everywhere. What, baby?
Stop talking.
I'm talking to people. I'll stop talking in a minute.
I want you.
Hang on just a second and we'll play a game, okay? So there's Kleenexes everywhere in my house because I constantly have a runny nose. One of the new wonderful side effects on top of the runny nose is now my eyes water. So a lot of the time, my husband and my teenager thinks that I'm crying, and I'm not crying. My eyes water. It's just a side effect of the new chemo. It produces more saliva and more all kinds of wonderful fluids in your body, so it's awesome. The other thing too is I've had people comment on how pretty my bald head is. I don't have a problem with my bald head. I wear a stocking cap because I'm cold. You don't realize when you don't have hair, I don't know how men do it, like without hair, especially in Colorado or wherever the colder climates are. You don't realize how much not having hair on your body makes you cold. So there's a fun fact. I wear the stocking caps not because I have an issue with not having hair. I don't have an issue. However, I do have some wigs coming, so we'll see what those look like when they get here. And not because I think I need to wear a wig, but because I want to have fun with the opportunity that I have of trying out new things. Who knows? Maybe I'll come up with a new hair color or style for when I do grow it back out. But I have some wigs coming. And also, I'm doing it for my husband too. He misses my hair. He's very much okay with the bald head, but he does miss the hair. So, those are some updates. As far as how the cancer is going, I'm going to have cancer until I don't. So, until I get that confirmation from doctors that I don't see. Here we go with the eyes watering. But the mass has stopped growing. So the AC chemo that they started with is doing what it's supposed to. It's not gone and it's not going to be, but it has stopped growing. So that was the goal of the first round of chemo, was to make it stop growing because it was growing at such an exponential rate. There is a weird hole in this hat. Sorry. I was looking at something. Sidetracked. I'm very boggled by my camera as to where I need to look. If any of you are out there that are fighting cancer or any type of illness and you need someone to talk to, or you're unsure about how to approach people or your doctors, yes, I will have surgery. I don't know when. It probably won't be till May or June if I have my way, because there are things and goals that I have that I want to do. I earned a trip through work to Mexico at the end of February, beginning of March, and as of right now, I get to take a +1, so I'm going to gift my +1 to one of my chemo nurses if they're willing to go with me. I put it out there and they're kind of all fighting over it right now. So one of my chemo nurses will be joining me in Mexico at our Lavelle trip that I earned. And then there's the Lavelle convention, and I didn't get on here to talk about Lavelle, but there's the Lavelle convention in April. So if everything goes right and I'm feeling okay, I'll be going to that. So I'm trying to work surgeries and whatnot around that. I haven't decided what I'm doing as far as surgery yet. We are actually going to Anschutz tomorrow, which is a medical center out here in Colorado that has a great cancer rapport, and getting a second opinion just to make sure that all of our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, and that there's not something else that we should be doing. So, someone asked a question though. I am HER2 positive. In answer to your question, Jody, I'm hormone negative and HER2 positive. So the way that looks and the way that is working at the current moment is, so I started chemo and I had 8 weeks of chemo, but they were every other week of the AC. And then I'll have 12 weeks of Taxol back to back. Yes, Madison's singing in the background. She loves to sing. And then HER2, that's a different type of chemo. So once I'm done with Taxol, they'll actually start the HER2 chemo here in a couple weeks in conjunction with the Taxol. But what the HER2 does is it actually targets the cancer and where it's growing. So the way my husband explains it to people is chemo is like carpet bombing your body to get rid of the cancer. And then because I'm HER2 positive, that's like sitting in a missile strike. So if you think of a circle or a round peg with a square hole, only certain types of things will fit into that round peg, right? Or into the square hole. Whereas with HER2, you have, they can target that square hole. So they can target the HER2 and what's growing the cancer. So that will start. And then I'll have that one every 3 weeks for a year is what it's looking at right now. So I've got a long road ahead of me, but it's not one that can't be beaten and that won't be beaten, because everything that I've been through, this will not take me down. So I just wanted to give everybody an update and tell everyone that I'm doing well, and so is my family. And these are real tears. Not the wonderful ones that just like to flow. And I have met a lot of people in the last couple months. And we all are fighting a fight, whether it be cancer or something else. Just don't be afraid to advocate for you. I'm telling you, stock and Kleenexes. But yeah, it's gonna be a long road, and it's gonna be fine because we're dealing with it. Do I have to pay for treatment? Yes, I have to pay for treatment. However, I'm lucky enough that we have really good insurance. I don't know if any of you saw my post. And it's not funny, and I shouldn't laugh about it. It's more of a deflection technique when I laugh, I guess. I had the hospital call me on, let's see, I had treatment on Thursday, so it was Thursday morning last week. The hospital that I go to chemo at, they called, and the lady said, I just wanted to talk to you about your bill. I know it's the first of the year, and, you know, insurance starts over at the first of the year. And I was like, okay. And she was like, your chemo treatment this morning, this is your bill, and told me what it was. And I said, okay. And they told, like, we set up the plan to pay it or whatever. But, like, one chemo treatment, I hit my deductible. Which is crazy to me how many people out there, like, that's a huge worry for them. And that's not a worry for me because I have been blessed with my husband and his job and the job that I do. And that is not something that we have to worry about. That's actually the least of her worries. He has a good job, and we have insurance through his company, and we have taken the precautions and the measures to be able to take care of things like this when it happens. So I am very blessed. But yes, we do have to pay for treatment. There are some things that aren't covered, but we've also, like I said, we have planned over the last however many years for life events that happen. Were we planning for this? No, but we have stuff in place for it for if it does. So that's a good thing. Trying to think if there's anything else that I needed to, like, update people on. I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for thinking of me, offering your prayers, your condolences, everything. It's not a bad thing. I'm looking at it as a blessing in disguise and a way to help others. So if anybody needs anything or has questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. I'm pretty open. So, somebody asked about Thrive. So as far as Thrive goes, am I currently using it? There are some products that I'm using. There are some that I am not. The reason that I am not using them is because a lot of our products help build your immune system, and it helps with immune support. And when I took them into my oncologist, I was told not to do them because it would defeat the purpose of what the chemo was trying to do. Now, I'm not making any medical claims here. I'm just going by my doctor's advice as to not. However, he also did say that I can start them back after I get through the first 2 rounds of chemo. So I am counting down the days for me to start my Thrive again, my full Thrive. There are some products that I do use that have been doctor approved, and there are some that I do not. But I will be starting it in 11 weeks again. It's the countdown is on. We're actually, if you count this week, we're down to 10 weeks. So, there are, like I said, things that I can and cannot use due to the certain blends and whatnot that's in them because of the immune support. And if anybody knows what chemo does, it's designed to tear down your immune system to kill the cancer. So, we're doing everything in our power to kill the cancer. So, I feel like I'm rambling. As always, I do that. So I apologize. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Just wanted to give you an update and tell you that you're not alone. Even if you think you are, you're not. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. If anybody needs anything, let me know. I'm taking breaks when I need to. I'm doing what I need to for me, so don't anybody worry. I've gotten very good at telling people what I need. So I will talk to you all later. And Josh, thank you for my stand. What do you guys all think? It's just a cute little stand, but it's not falling over and I didn't have to stack anything, so we're good. Joanna, I have not tried cannabis oil. I have tried a lot of things, but I live in the great state of Colorado, so I have no problem looking into that or trying it if I need to, because the great state of Colorado, it is legal here, so there are no issues in that area. Just saying. Have a wonderful day, guys.